on Divorce Court today. Intimate adventures are one thing, but Christine thinks Jeramie has turned infidelity into a hobby. He's on the hunt, and she's on his trail. Is this any way to start a marriage? Jeramie Joseph and Christine Schmidt have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court before your vows starts now.
You two are engaged, but you're not quite sure whether or not marriage is a good idea, so you've come to ask my advice. I've given you a compatibility test. You've given me your license with permission to tear it up. Should I think this is not a good idea? I'm going to talk to you a little bit, and then I'm going to tell you what I think, my honest opinion about what you ought to do. I'm going to start off with Mr. Joseph because you have, to me, the most alarming problem, which is you believe that your sexual appetite will not allow you to remain faithful to one woman, which to me seems to make marriage a difficult thing. You expound on that for me.
I believe I can't be in love with one woman and want to hit a big booty every now and then. Women and men look at sex different, you know what I mean? Some men play basketball, some men, you know, skateboard.
Play golf.
Yeah, I kind of play with women.
He has sex.
Let me ask you this. How long have you two been together? About
5 years.
5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been able, for any significant period of time, to be faithful just to her?
You mean sexually?
Sexually, yes.
Maybe a month.
A month?
Maybe
30 days, that's about it, huh?
Well, we'll go with like 22.
22?
Yes.
Okay. You're not going to give yourself any credit you don't deserve. It's like it's 22 days.
No, she wants the truth. That's why we're here. That's why I called you. She wants the truth.
She wants the truth, and you're giving it to her.
I need witnesses. I mean, because if I would have said this at home, I may not have been here.
Okay. Mr. Joseph is who he is, and he's got a right to be who he is, and he's told you who he is. Why do you still want to marry him?
Your Honor, I love him. When I met him, I didn't have anybody. I grew up in foster care, Your Honor, and I didn't have anybody. When I met him, he promised me he would be mine, and that would be it. But it got different. It started off okay. Your Honor, I've had threesomes with him. I've went to swingers clubs trying to help his sexual appetite to keep him at home where I want him to be.
Do you see how much that hurts her?
I do, Your Honor, but she would never know if she didn't look for the problem.
That's his thing.
Yes.
That's his thing.
So you're saying...
If I seek, I find. If I don't look, then there's no problem.
See, seeking, I'm talking about Encyclopedia Brown, Sherlock Holmes girl, like everything. Like, she goes to the extreme. I don't come back home and act too much different than, you know, what I am, but she assumes that I may be out doing something, so when I come home, it's picking, it's nagging, it's, you know, it's looking for, if I come home happy and I'm still me and everything like that, why are you, you know, looking to hurt yourself? Like, I don't understand about women. Why do you look to hurt yourself? Like, you're looking for something to hurt your own self, which doesn't make any sense to me.
So what you're saying is, if we would just look the other way, let you dip your toe in this pool and that one and the other one, and didn't pay attention to it, everybody'd be better off.
Everybody'd be happy.
He wants me to not care.
Everybody. It's not care. It's don't dwell or think on it. You know what I mean?
Just know what happens and ignore it.
Well, not even know what, because you don't know what happens. You can only assume, yes, ma'am, it's more or less, somebody can be there, but, like, not there. You know what I mean? She may be there physically, but, like, she's not there. You ever had a person, you guys are laughing and joking in the room, one person walks in and, like, the whole vibe just goes?
Right.
You be like, what is this? Well, that's kind of how it is. She's doing it, trying to please me, but you're not there.
She's not engaged and interested. She's doing something she really doesn't want to do.
Yes,
Exactly.
I do. I go out of my way. I do stuff that I don't want to do to be in a relationship with him.
And it's not that I don't appreciate it. I mean, I do.
Don't.
You know?
Look at her.
You don't. We wouldn't be here.
Look at her.
I do, Your Honor. I mean, okay.
Ms. Schmidt, let me ask you this. Do you think this is all you deserve?
No, I don't. I don't. And we have 2 beautiful kids at home, and they're way more important.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, can a player change his ways? Your mama warned you not to marry your mate. If she was right and divorce is your best option, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real people, real conflict, real judgments. Divorce Court continues.
What would make you okay with this? What do you want to hear from him?
Your Honor, it's not what I want to hear, it's what I want to see.
What do you want to see?
I want to see him make a real effort to change. I know that it's not going to happen overnight. I know that he can't just, you know, brush it off or erase all the numbers out of his phone and, you know, stop all the relationship that he's in. But make a sincere effort. Don't just tell people I'm only your kid's mother and we're not engaged. Or that's what he does.
Is that what he does?
He lies to people and tell them he just lives with me to help me out with the kids.
Mr. Joseph, is that accurate?
Not
I wasn't mad at you before, but I'm about to get mad at you.
I don't volunteer the information as far as I'm engaged. People know I am with someone. They may not know her by name.
When you have somebody and you know her heart is in the game, you don't disrespect her. You don't ghost her. You don't make her a side thing. She is your thing. She's putting up with your thing. At the very least, give her some kind of honor and respect.
I do, Your Honor. I mean, when she met me, I was a player. I was doing a lot of stuff. I asked God to send me a white girl with a big booty. I did. No, that is what I wanted. That is what I wanted. I had some trouble with some black women, you know, attitudes and stuff like that. So I thought, you know, a white girl.
So black women have too much of an attitude to you. You want a healthy white woman.
No, my whole thing is a lot of black women that I know feel that you owe them something. I'm not your father that abused you. I'm not your boyfriend that beat your butt. I'm not him. So I don't owe you anything. And a lot of black women that I've come across have had baggage like that. Mm-hmm. So when I asked for...
What do you think you owe her?
Right now, at this moment, standing here?
Yeah.
I owe her, honestly, just because I may meet somebody and are you in a relationship? Yes, I am. But I don't go as far as saying I'm engaged or this or that. It's wrong to an extent.
Not to an extent. It is at the very heart of the matter. You have no respect for her. You picked out a vessel that you wanted to. Okay, I'm going to implant her in my life. She's got to be white, so and a little bit of low self-esteem, so she won't give me too much static. And I'm going to live an independent life. And I got to make sure I get someone who feels not as good about herself as she should, so I can make sure I can do whatever I want to her. Typically, at this point in time, I ask the two of you to profess your love for one another. I'm not going to waste your time with that. I'm not going to waste the time with the compatibility test. I'm not going to waste your time with the, well, am I? Look here. I'm going to tell you what I think you need to know, and then I'm getting out of here. You're a beautiful woman and you're up with a bad guy. He's taking advantage of you. He's taking advantage of the fact that you never had anybody. He's taking advantage of the fact that you're lonely, and he's using you, and it is wrong. You are a good woman. You can do way better than him. You can find a guy that'll love you. You can find a guy that's going to need you. Run. Don't walk. You leave here, you turn your back, and you say whatever. You got children together? Always let him see him. Always let him be with him. Make him pay child support. But don't you ever, ever let this man touch you again. This matter's adjourned.
Christine and Jeramie have followed the judge's order and moved on. Now, we're on to the next case. Did one drunken night destroy a church-going couple's marriage? Marty says Dusty's indecent proposal is unforgivable. Mary Smith and Dusty Smith have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mrs. Smith, I understand the two of you grew up together, you were best friends, and now, after you got married, you want a divorce. Tell me how that happened.
Well, everything was good until he tried to sleep with my younger sister.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That will do it. Tell me how that transpired.
Well, I had to work, so I was in bed, and he went out drinking and came home and went to her room and tried to give her $100 to sleep with him.
And what did she say?
She said, "No, you're like my brother. I can't do that. Are you crazy?"
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
did you ask her sister to have sex with you for $100?
I did, Judge.
Now, were you drunk?
Yes.
Did you like the sister all alone?
No.
What was on your mind?
Don't know. I was drunk. That was my excuse. That's...
Mrs. Smith, how did you find out about that?
She told me. He gave her $20 not to tell me. So 2 days later, she brings me the $20 and
said,
she's like, "This is dirty money. I don't want this." And I'm like, "What do you mean dirty money?" She's like, "Well, Dusty tried to sleep with me. He offered me $100. She told him no. He's like, "Well, how about a boob shot?"
What, just
Yeah.
a flash?
Yeah.
Mr. Smith,
I don't know what to say, Judge.
I mean, you know, sometimes you're a mean drunk, sometimes you're a jolly drunk. Are you just like a stupid drunk? I mean, it's just like...
That night I was.
I mean, when you get drunk, you just do really stupid things?
No,
Is that...
Just that night.
That one night,
that was
out
a
of the blue?
Yeah, that was a bad night.
But I understand, however, there was another situation with another sister at some point.
Yeah. Well, me and my sister, she lived with us, and we got into it, and she felt like I kicked her out, I guess. So she told my younger sister she was going to do whatever she could to get back at me. So they were MySpacing back and forth, trying to meet up and hook up. And
Did he go for it?
No, not
Well,
that
that
I'm
was her
aware
bad
of.
and not his
Yeah.
bad. You can't get tagged
That's
with
right.
that one. So you're
Thank
all
you,
right.
Judge.
You're all right now.
Next, is it family stress or sober living that has broken this marriage wide open?
Do you think Mary can forgive Dusty for propositioning her younger sister? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Mr. Smith, you say that you at one time caught your wife with another man.
Yes, Judge, I did.
Well, why don't you tell me about that?
I was working on the road doing restaurant maintenance for a company, and it was on my birthday in 2008, and I come home and there was people in the house. I didn't even know they were going to be partying or whatever they were doing, and people started leaving, and I seen that Mary wasn't there, and then I happened to look up on the TV. There was a missed call or something from her boss, her old boss, and I put two and two together, and I went and looked in the phone book, and something told me, so I just went ahead and actually rode my bike over there, and I looked through the window, and she was sitting on the couch with them. And
Were they just sitting? Were they touching?
Yeah, they were just sitting there as far as I could see.
Ms. Smith, were you doing the wrong thing with the ex-boss?
No, it wasn't even like that. It was just a friend, which it was wrong, but I didn't leave. He came home, we got into it, we decided that we weren't going to be together, so he actually left the house and went to his mom's, and then that's when I left and went over there to hang out.
Okay. Now, obviously things have gotten very funky, which is why you're here in
Yes.
divorce court. You guys are not together now, though, right?
ma'am.
You've been separated how long?
December.
Since
23rd.
December. What was the precipitating event? What made you actually leave the house?
Just a lot of stress.
Explain that stress. What was she doing?
We wasn't really spending a lot of time together, and it just seemed like the incident with the younger sister, she was living with us again, and It just seemed like...
You let your sister move in again after he propositioned her one time with $100?
It wasn't her fault.
I don't invite danger into my house.
Right.
Even if the danger wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If my husband's half a fool when he drinks, I don't give him an opportunity to be half a fool on one of my relatives. But that,
Yeah.
you know, okay.
Well, my mom lived with us, and so she was pretty much coming back to live with her mom. I couldn't say no.
Oh, I see. Well, your house.
Well, it was pretty much my mom's
Your
house.
mom's house.
Yes.
Okay. Other than propositioning your sister, not that that's not enough, what do you see as what killed this relationship?
I don't know. It was almost like just one day he woke up and he wouldn't talk to me. Like, if I was in one room, he would be in the other room. If I went in that room to try to make conversation or hang out, he would leave the room or leave the house. He just didn't want to be around me.
Did you check out Mr. Smith? I mean, were you there
Just the stress.
physically but not mentally? I don't understand the nature of your stress. Maybe that's the problem.
Right.
Can you explain that to me?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, the sister was living with us again, and it seemed like Mary just couldn't let it go. Like we'd get in fights or something, and it'd be brought up again, and it just kept pushing me away.
Mm-hmm. So really, a lot of it stemmed from what you did that night when you were drunk.
Yeah. And I regret that.
Do you think that you haven't let it go?
No.
Yeah, I get it. My understanding is that one of you got very lucky.
Yeah, me.
Tell me how that happened.
Well, we were at a convenience store, and he likes to play lottery tickets, so he's like blowing money left and right, just scratching them. And I'm at the door, like trying to get him out the door so we're not broke by the time we leave. And I was like, well, whatever, so I'm going to buy one too. So I bought a $20 ticket and won $20,000.
How long ago was that? Good for you.
It was in 2011.
And that's part of what we're here about today, because you want some of that 20, because it happened while you were married. You were in there buying a ticket, and you've also got arguments about some trucks and vans and all that kind of stuff, and we will deal with that in a moment, and I'll tell you what I think about that.
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
Mrs. Smith, have you moved on?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Have you moved on?
Yes.
You got another guy kind of moved on,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
2 weeks after I left.
Yeah, but Mr. Smith, I think you probably left
Yes.
6 months, you know, before you left the door. You weren't there. I don't even think you're here. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Are you all right?
I'm all right.
Are you still drinking?
No. No. Hardly.
Hardly. Okay, I'll take that. You know, are you happy?
I'm happy. Spend more time with my son. We plays basketball, and that's what I'm doing right now.
So what do you want from me? You want the lottery ticket? You got a whole lot of stuff listed here. A $1,600 guitar, $1,300 minivan,
I just want the van,
a
that's all I
TV,
want.
truck, bed. You just want the van.
I just want to keep the van. That's all I want.
It's in your name and in
Yeah.
your possession.
Yep.
Well, good Lord.
She's the one wanting the van. She's wanting it.
Huh?
She's the one wanting it.
I want the van.
You want the van. Why do you
Yes.
think you should have the van?
Well, when we won the money, he wanted a guitar, I wanted a car. So he took off work while I went to work and put the van in his name, didn't even give me a chance to put it in my name, and then he took his guitar back. I don't even know what happened to the money for that. And so when we split up, he said I could keep the van because he had a truck. Mm-hmm. So I had the van, I was at work, and he started texting me one night, and he's like, well, he's already moved out and took everything that he wanted, and then he's like, well, I want this and I want that. Well, he wanted the refrigerator, and my mom, she has to keep her medicine cold, and we have a baby, my nephew lives there, and so I'm like, I need the fridge, and I'm at work, I don't have time to deal with this, just do whatever. So he shows up at my work and took the
I got
van.
a text message saying that she does not want the van.
Mrs. Smith, you got a new man. I wouldn't worry about the van. I wouldn't bother with it. I wouldn't text him or do anything about it. You got a new man. You got a new car.
Yes.
I hereby grant you a new life. This matter is adjourned.
Thank you.
Dusty has sole responsibility for the van and the title loan. Mary has happily moved on. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.